Hey everybody, and welcome to number 7 of our Growth Insights series, where we dive into the brains of our team and community to share the best tools and resources from the past couple weeks. And as usual, let's kick off with some cool tools. Thanks to Norbert Ernst for sharing this cool but effective tool from HubSpot that will definitely spark your creativity and offer a nice click-worthy headline. It takes a couple of seconds, check it out. Now, once you've written that beautiful piece of content, are you too lazy to generate the tags yourself? This small machine learning API will auto-tag your articles. Simply input a URL or a list of URLs, and it guesses which tags you should use. It's not totally perfect, but it's pretty nifty. Now, content marketing is not just about writing articles. There's many different types of content marketing. One of the ones that seems very effective and that the press loves to pick up is using data visualization, or data as content. It tends to get picked up by the press really easily, and it's easier to get backlinks from it. And right now you're seeing two of my favorite examples of using data as a form of content marketing. Now, you might be thinking, we don't have enough interesting data. Well, that's not a problem. For example, I was able to find online a huge list of clickbait headlines, which you can maybe turn into an analysis of most used words for clickbait. Or even this database of 300 million hacked passwords that you could create a fun most used passwords blog post or the weirdest passwords piece. The great thing is that there's actually a lot of places where people share content datasets online. Here are my favorites, this subreddit called Datasets on Reddit. My new favorite is data.world, which is basically like a mix of GitHub and Twitter, but for datasets. Now, speaking of data, last week we talked about Clipfolio for data visualization. Another tool we've implemented, and I'm sure you've heard about it, is Google Data Studio. I came across this gem for content marketeers. It's a bunch of plug-and-play, ready-to-go templates for Google Data Studio, specifically curated for top-of-the-funnel content efforts. So if you're a content marketeer or you want to manage content marketing analytics, please check this out. Now let's continue reading and go a little bit further in the pirate funnel with email marketing. I thought this small analysis would be really interesting for you guys to see which email clients most of your customers are probably using. This email client market share study is really interesting because it shows you which email clients you should actually optimize for with the top priority. So Apple iPhone, Gmail, Apple iPad, Apple Mail, and Outlook are in the top 5. And you can see which other 5 also made it to the top 10. Still on the subject of email marketing, but more from a design point of view, this great article outlines all of the new design trends for 2017. It mentions things like going crazy with fonts to capture attention, using emoticons has proven to increase open rates on emails, adding GIFs for more animation, and this one, which is pretty cool, is adding pulsing buttons for more clickness irresistibility inside your emails. I know this is kind of random, but a couple of weeks ago we shared Clearbit's Reveal API. We got a lot of feedback that it's an amazing tool, but it's a little bit pricey. Thanks to Quinton for finding Kickfire.com's API, which basically does the same thing. It's got an IP address to company enrichment function, and it's got an account-based marketing API. So you can still enrich the information of the visitors visiting your website. And now for something completely different and a little bit random on the extremely important and serious subject of how you pronounce GIF or GIF. Thanks to The Economist for creating this whole article and this study. So it turns out actually nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It kind of depends on where you live. Okay, and if you're not tired of reading yet, here's the book recommendation for the past couple weeks. The book is called Robot is the Boss Book, and it's finally a book that is not about how artificial intelligence will destroy humanity or will replace you from your job, but it's more looking at how you can leverage AI to make your job more fun and also to enhance you as a human being. Speaking of AI, Stefan recommended this really nice app that basically narrates the world around you. What you basically do is you take your phone, you direct it at something, and Seeing AI narrates what the phone is actually seeing.
Processing. 36-year-old male wearing glasses looking happy.
I don't know if you can use it for growth or marketing yet, but it's a nice glimpse into the future. It was kind of funny that this type of tool pops up the same week that we say rest in peace to Microsoft Paint, but everything's okay because we basically replaced Paint with ARKit. Our minds were blown by the possibilities of augmented reality. I don't know how you can use it for your growth or your marketing, but it's a glimpse into the future of display. Forget what I just said. It turns out Microsoft decided not to kill Paint after all. Still speaking of machines, and on a little bit scary note, engineers at Facebook had to shut off an AI because it was creating its own language to talk with another AI. On a random note regarding social media, this is now part of the US non-immigrant visa application. So yeah, if you're planning on visiting the US, please be careful with what you post online. And finally, my favorite tool from the past 2-3 weeks, it's kind of a personal branding tool. It's called message.me, and it's a simple, small URL that you can add on any of your public profiles so they can choose the way they wish to contact you all behind one single URL. Okay, now one of the questions that was asked in the comments is, is what do you do within the first 30, 60, 90 days as a head of growth, specifically within the travel industry. My 2 cents on this, because we don't have so much time to talk about it, is basically to focus on one metric that's absolutely the most important metric for you and to start rapid experimentation around that one metric. Obsess about that one specific KPI or metric and generate as many experiments and ideas for experiments as possible on how to improve it. And that's not just for the travel industry, that's actually for any industry. Thanks a lot for sticking around this long. We hope you enjoyed the content. Please put any improvements that we could do in the comment section. Please click like to help support us, and we'll see you back in a couple of weeks with more awesome content. Bye.